Namibia has achieved a huge milestone in the areas of HIV/AIDS education and prevention programs, as 90% of the people living with HIV are said to be aware of their status. Another 90% from this figure are on treatment, and a further 90% of the people on treatment have suppressed their viral loads.
Let me also acknowledge the significant progress that Namibia made during the lockdown period, such that treatment, people on antiretroviral treatment were not impacted because of the policy decision that was made to provide people living with HIV with multi-month dispensing. And so they were able to have their treatment for up to 4 months, up to 6 months to take with them. And therefore, there were no disruptions in that regards. But of course, the impact was felt most on prevention, where you couldn't organize your regular campaigns to mobilize people for uptake of, say, voluntary medical circumcision. You couldn't mobilize people to go for PrEP. You couldn't mobilize and distribute condoms at a very grassroots level as it used to be, because then those were not considered very essential. Talking about the 1990, as you know, Namibia is a success story, indeed one of the shining stars on the continent, that achieved its 1990 target 2 years in advance of the due date. So by 2018, Namibia had achieved 92% of people living with HIV knew their status. Access to linkage to treatment was almost universal, 99.4%, and of that we had very good suppression of 94.5%.
The mayor of the city of Windhoek, Job Ampanda, said that although the country has done well, not the same could be said about the capital city, adding that more efforts as well as programs need to be implemented to achieve the shared vision of zero infections in the city.
90% of Namibians by 2020 had a viral load suppressed in the country. But for Windhoek, we are below 90% on all three categories, which is quite a shame for the capital city. So for the whole country, it's doing better. The whole country have achieved, but we have not achieved in terms of that. So those are the statistics that are good. Of course, we are doing better on prevention.
Yes.
It's very exciting to hear.
47.
Yeah, we are doing better on prevention. We are at 30.
You are 47.
40%.
And the country is just at 38.
And the country is just at 38, and we are at 47.
Yeah.
But the global target is 75%. Although we are doing better than the country in terms of prevention, we are still far off compared to the global target. So we are not managing the HIV/AIDS well as a city, the HIV/AIDS question as a city. And of course, COVID also spiked up the new infections, and young people are affected the most. So we need to do a lot so that Dr. Zwando gave us those statistics that we are taking very seriously as a city.
Ampanda further said that the city of Windhoek will continue in their efforts to implement more programs that will help curb HIV and AIDS in the city.